Good right there, William. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Working Horses with Jim. Today, we are going to do a little bit of spreading. I've got William spreading with Lady Bill right at the moment, and then I'm hoping maybe even to use Earl for the first time spreading some manure. But I have a question here for William and Brenda. On our last video that we showed, William was in the video. I apologize because we have been trying to, when William is in the film, trying to not show his face. It's not a big deal. He doesn't really care, but it's just something that the Amish prefer not having their face in films too much. Now, if they go out into public to a sale or something like that, they have no control over it, but I can control it, so I'm going to try harder to keep William's face out of the film as much as possible. So, anyways, I have a question for both William and Brenda. So, are you guys ready for this question?
We don't know.
I'm going to ask Brenda first because I'm pretty certain she doesn't know the answer. So, Brenda, of my two horses that are standing here in front of us, which is the off horse?
Lady.
Wrong. William, next question. Which is the NIGH horse, William? Lady. You are correct. Okay, I want to explain a few things. I'm kind of doing this out of fun. I didn't want to embarrass Brenda and William, but
I know the answer to this.
No, you shouldn't really, because I grew up with horses, and I've always tried to use the right terms when I'm trying to distinguish one horse from the other. And I'm going to try to explain this to you guys. I hope you guys can see this. We're having a little bit of troubles with our audio. We got to get Abby to fix it. Anyways, what is the difference between the NIGH horse or the near horse? It's the same thing. And the difference between that and the off horse. Now, I didn't know if William and growing up in the Amish community, if the guys used near and off on the horses. Is that something you guys even say much?
No, we never say that much.
Yeah, and I kind of thought that way too. Growing up, I was, taught that quite a bit. But for years now, I have not even used those terms. And so I knew, or was pretty sure Brenda didn't have any idea.
No, you use it, but I never figure it out.
Which is which.
I just can't figure it out.
It's kind of like with William, with his difficulty doing the G and ha. Now he has that figured out, and so he's doing fine there, I'm sure. But it's something that you have to kind of acquire and learn and know more about it. So let's explain what the difference is and why we even use those terms. Okay, so the purpose of distinguishing the difference between the left-hand horse and the right-hand horse. So in this situation right now, Ken is our right-hand horse. That means he is the off horse. But the beauty about an off horse or a near horse, and there again, I've kind of grew up calling it the NIGH horse, but the NIGH horse and the near horse is the same thing. It's when you're standing behind the horses, it's your left-hand horse, and your off horse is the right-hand horse. But why this gets so confusing and why it's actually better to know which is which, when you stand up front, now if you remember, when I'm standing behind them, Ken is on my right-hand side, and he is the off horse, and Lady is the NIGH horse. But when I'm standing in front of them, it's just the opposite. Lady is on my right, but she's not the right-hand horse anymore, but she's still the NIGH horse, and she always will be. And I got Brenda rolling her eyes like she's totally confused. Ken is on just the opposite side as he was when I was behind him, because when I was behind Ken, he was on the right-hand side. Now as I stand in front of him, he's on the left-hand side. So when I'm talking about from up front, he's the left-hand horse. And ladies, the right-hand horse, when I'm from behind, it's just the opposite. But the nigh and the off horse is always the same, no matter where you're standing. Does that make sense to you, Brenda?
I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna just listen to it again later because I have it on camera and.
So you have
I'll
to.
think about
You need
it
to
more.
study it a little bit more before you know for sure.
Yeah. It's hard. I'm busy filming, so. You know,
So William, let me talk to you about this for a minute. So, does that make sense to you? So when we're standing behind the horses, Ken is the right-hand horse.
Yeah.
Lady is the left-hand horse. But when you go up front, it's just the opposite when you go left and right.
Yeah, you're
But if you go
opposite.
the nigh horse and the off horse, it's always the same, whether you're in the front, back, side, on top of them, below them, whatever. This horse on this side is always the off horse, and that horse is always the nigh horse. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I think I'm going to start using those terms more, because when I am telling William I want to put Ken on the nigh side today, well, he'll know that it's the left-hand side, not as you're looking behind, and the right-hand side as you're looking in front.
In front, yeah.
So the nigh side and the off side is always the same on these horses. It's kind of like G and Ha, but almost in a way more complicated. But as you just deal with it on it every day, you can understand it better. And even as I talk to you guys, especially with the camera, I might be in the front, I might be in the back, but the nigh horse and the off horse position never changes. Anyways, I got you guys all confused, and that's okay. And I'm going to load this spreader and let William spread another load of manure.
So have you done much manure spreading?
I did quite a bit at home, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, there was this kind of spreader?
That was just a regular horse spreader.
How many? Is this load number 2 or?
I think he's loading through.
But I mean, how many loads have you taken out?
Oh, loading 2, I think.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. Aren't you gonna get manure all over that?
Hope so.
Oh my goodness. So you're making it so he can get some different shots now, because he's usually driving, so now he can do the
Wait till you get the drone up. Where to go?
drone, and then you'll be getting this and up in the air, and you can go back and forth.
Yeah.
Take off.
Okay, William, take off. William, get this all manure. What kind of driving you doing out there? Man.
Word.
If I was doing it, it wouldn't have been dirty.